You might have noticed that in your attempts in speaking with the universe using language or words, the conversation was not reciprocated and you were left feeling unheard. And that's because the universe does not listen to words or language. However, you are always speaking with the universe in its own language, and it's always being reciprocated. The universe is always reciprocating whatever you're telling it. Except the universe only listens to your vibrations, to your energy, to your frequency, and it gives you just that. Once you understand the universe, this whole creation for what it is, once you look at it as the manifestation of your higher self, as the manifestation of consciousness, as the manifestation of pure conscious energy, it would be a lot easier to understand this concept. Perhaps even if you have astral projected at some point in the past, this would be a lot easier to grasp on, because otherwise it's really an elusive concept. It's a very delicate, a very subtle process that's happening all the time, and creation is reacting to however you are reacting, to whomever you are, and that's done through vibrations, through frequencies, through your energy. So if you had astral projected at some point in the past, you would know that you would have noticed in the astral realms there's no such thing as lingual conversation, there's no such thing as language or words, but rather you are able to perfectly converse with an entity using vibrations, using your frequency, using who you truly are, using your resonance, and it's perfectly understood and reciprocated. However, no words are being used, and that's how the universe listens. That's what the universe listens to. And bear in mind that throughout this whole video, when I say the universe to me is also synonyms with consciousness, with pure conscious energy, with your higher self, with source, with God. And that's why even in religions you would find that it's mentioned that you could pray to God using language, that you could ask God for whatever you would like, for whatever you want, and God only answers whenever it is possible, and it happens, it works whenever God sees it fit to happen. However, it's not that God gives it to you whenever God feels like giving, or feels kind, or feels like saying yes. Because God is always giving, God is always loving, God is all loving, and God is always saying yes to you, and that works both negatively and positively. So if you're going into something and expecting the worst out of that experience, or you are doing something and you hate yourself for doing it, if you fear something happening, God is always saying yes to that as well. Not just to the positive, not just what you desire and wish for to happen, but also if you fear something, then God is going to tell you, yes, you fear that thing. And it simultaneously gets proven through your manifestation, through the manifestation of your higher consciousness, of your higher self. If you say, I'm going into that, I'm expecting the worst case out of this scenario, because if I expect the worst case scenario, I wouldn't have to suffer. If anything less severe happens, then you are going to get the worst case scenario, because God is always saying yes to who you are, to your vibrations, to your energy, to your frequency. And that's the way to really converse with the universe. However, in order to understand your vibrations, your frequency, your energy better, and to know what you're really resonating on, what frequency you're resonating on, what you're really aligned with on an energetic level, you have to understand that it stems from who you truly are, and it has nothing to do with your active thinking. And that's why when you could be praying to God, and you could be asking God, and you could be thinking of something towards God all the time. However, if it does not move from the conscious to the subconscious, in which it's determined who you truly are. If something moves from the conscious to the subconscious, it becomes almost just like a habit, and that becomes a part of you, and that determines your frequency, that determines your vibrations. And that's what you are become aligned with. That's what you are vibrating on and resonate with. And in turn, that's what you are creating. That's what you truly are telling the universe. And that's why the first thing to bear in mind is, what do you put your attention to? Where are you putting your attention? Because the more you put your attention to something, the more it gets embedded deeper and deeper into who you truly are, into your subconscious. So the more you are expecting, you are waiting on something bad to happen, and you are thinking about it the whole time. So yes, your active thoughts are playing a role. Your words, your language is also playing a role, but it's not the ultimate determinant in what you are aligned with and what you are creating. Because if it's not done for a long enough time, for a long period, for enough period, it won't move, it won't transverse into your subconscious, and it won't be part of who you are. It's not going to affect your vibration, your frequency. However, if you put your attention to something over and over and over again, you're telling yourself, you're telling your subconscious that this is a part of my life, that this is a part of me. And in turn, it becomes you. And then you, by doing that, you are focusing your energy, you're channeling the energy through your higher self into creating this thing. It's becoming the manifestation of your consciousness, because now this is what's being spoken to the universe, to your higher self, the thing that goes into your subconscious, the thing that truly becomes a part of you. So if you put your attention on something you want to happen, and if you think about it daily in a positive manner, in a loving manner, in the manner of knowing that it's already there, if you just tune into that frequency, that you had already earned this, that you had already deserved that thing to happen, then it's going to move from the conscious to the subconscious to the universe, to your higher self, to your vibrations, to your frequency, to God, to Source. And that determines, and this is the first thing that you should bear in mind, and that you should bear in mind to not even put your attention for long periods on the negative, on what you don't want to happen. Because if you're putting your attention on to something, you are saying yes to it. You are telling the universe that I want this to be a part of my life. And if you have astral projected before, you would understand this so much a lot better, especially this point. This brings us to the second important thing that you should bear in mind when you are speaking with the universe, in the way and understanding what the universe listens to, and that's repetition. Because just like I was saying, you're putting your attention on something for a long enough time. Your repetition in thinking about something, your repetition in taking action towards something, that tells your body, that tells you, yourself, your true self, that embeds it within you, that this is who I am today. So if you try and work out one day, and then you take a week gap, and then you work out for one day, and then you take a week gap, your body is not going to react in any significant way to what you are doing. You won't see muscle growth, you won't see weight loss, you won't see yourself getting more powerful, more healthy, because that's not becoming a part of you. However, if you do it daily, if you do it more often than not, so if you do it more than not doing it, then you are sending a clear sign out there within you, which is also out there, that this is who I am now. And in turn, it has no chance, no way but to actually manifest, but to actually become a part of you, but to manifest as muscle growth, as weight loss, as getting healthier and healthier. Similarly, if you do something for long enough time, if you master the repetition of something, it becomes a part of you, and you embed it deep into your subconscious, then to your vibration, your energy, your higher self. But you also, whatever you are seeking, it also has to be in the present, because the subconscious does not function based on time. The subconscious does not care about the past or the future, it only knows the now. So if you're thinking about a bad experience you had in the past, if you're still thinking about it, if you're lingering in your negative past, you're feeling bad about something that happened, you're regretting it, you're feeling sad and for yourself, you're feeling as if you were the victim through what happened. The universe, your subconscious, still thinks that it's going on, and that's your resonance. It does not know, it does not see that this happened in the past, and you're just reminiscing out of pity for yourself. It does not program, it does not function based on that. It does not listen to that, it does not understand that. It just knows that it's happening now. Wherever you put your attention in the present, it means it is happening in the present, to your subconscious, to your vibrations, to your energy, to your higher self. And that's why it matters so much that anything you want should be in the present. Ask as if you already have it. That's what religion tells us. Live as you are already where you would like to be. You cannot get to where you would like to be unless you already are where you would like to be. That's by Abraham Hicks. I have a whole video about that just recently. That means that you have to be the thing before it is manifestation, and that's what the universe listens to. That's how you speak with the universe. It is being something, it is vibrating on something, it is aligning with a specific frequency before it's happening, before its manifestation, because then you are causing the manifestation. Once you understand that you are the creator, that this whole entire universe creation is the manifestation of your consciousness, of pure consciousness, then you would understand this a lot better. And so whenever you are asking for something, whenever you are seeking something, you have to live, you have to really know what it would feel like to live as if you already have it. You should ask, even if you would ask for it using language or words, you should ask for it in the present. You should affirm that you have it rather than ask for it. And that's why in religion it tells you that you could ask for years and years and years, and then God will give it to you whenever it's the right time. And that's because the more you keep asking, at some point you will come to believe, if you're fervently, honestly asking with commitment and devotion, with time you're going to reach to a feeling in which you already have that thing, in which you are already living that which you are seeking. Because that gives a clear sign, and that gives a clear sign to the universe, to your higher self, to source, to God, that you are ready, that you have shifted from a reality in which you don't have this thing to a reality in which you have that thing. And then it has no chance but to manifest into this 3D reality. You have created it by being it. And that's why anything you ask for should be in the present. If you're saying, I want to have this, I want to have that, I will have this thing, I will find a loving partner, I will find success, I will find abundance, then what you are sending, what you are saying, the signal you are sending is that you don't want it now, you don't need it at the moment, but rather in the future. Because the process of creation is supposed to be instant. If we are truly not defined by our egos to any extent, and we're only identified with our higher self, with pure conscious energy, and we're living through that, if we had a complete ego dissolution, the process of creation would be instantaneous. You would be able to create as you live. Whatever you are envisioning, whatever you can imagine will manifest. And that's even how the heavens are portrayed in religions, in some of the religions. You know, it tells you whatever you can imagine in the heavens, you will get, you can have. And that's what it means to live through your higher self, to live as pure conscious energy, which is to live as the spirit, and that which is going to be your form in different dimension once you have passed on from this 3D reality. And that's why if you are able to live in that, from that perspective, from that initiative, while you're still in this 3D reality, you would be creating in an instant. You'd be creating as you live. You would be creating whatever you wish for right away. And that's why everything should be in the present. Whatever you should, whenever you ask, it should be in the present. If you're asking, if you're saying I would like to, then it means you're saying, okay, that's for later on. Because when the time comes, you're gonna use it as the present. And when you use it as the present, when you ask for it from the present tense, it means that the time has come. And all of those are what's affecting your vibration, and that's what the universe is listening to, your vibration, your frequency, your energy. Nikola Tesla said, if you would like to understand the universe, think in terms of vibrations, frequency, and energy. And that's basically what it means. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I'm so grateful for having all of you up to this point here with me. Thank you. And if you learned something, don't forget to like and subscribe, because it helps this video find its way to many more others who might actually need it. See you in the next one.